Well, I spoke to this soon. Thought it was loaded. Okay, there we go. That works. Alright, I think did everything related to the looped live code editing yesterday. So suppose we can continue. And it does need a cleanup. Because there's methods in here that I just noticed this. I don't think this is even needed anymore. Yeah, let's have a look.
There we go. All right, hello everyone, and welcome to day 24 of Handmade Hero, the show where we create a complete game from scratch using no libraries and no engine, just our own cunning and wit. It is a team effort here at handmadehero.org. It is me plus the Twitch chat. And so far, we've, I think, done a really good job. We've made some pretty cool stuff. We have a Win32 prototyping layer that we built. It does some pretty awesome things already, such as live code editing and the ability to set like loops in the game that you can live code edit and watch the changes as you go. We did that earlier this week, and it was pretty awesome. So I am excited for where we're at. We are at the point now in the process where we are going to wrap up the Win32 platform layer. So that basically we'll just be doing light modifications to it for the next few months where, you know, if we need something, we'll go in and deal with it. But for the most part, we want to move on to working on the game. So we want to kind of wrap up the Win32 platform layer for now and not have to really think about it anymore. So what I'm going to be doing today is I am going to try to sort of go through the Win32 platform layer and clean up some stuff that we kind of have left that we haven't finished. Or that we haven't really like kind of massaged into the right format or whatever, that sort of thing. Just kind of go through, like, spend some time dealing with to-dos, that sort of stuff, in preparation for tomorrow when we'll kind of button everything up and do a little recap just so everyone can kind of get a second look at all the stuff that we've done and how it's architected and how it works, just for kind of to cement in the sort of the overall design of everything and how it kind of came together now that it's done. So, if you have pre-ordered the game on handmadehero.org using the handy-dandy pre-order button, then you should have gotten an email, and that email has a link that allows you to download a zip file, inside which is another set of zip files for every day of Handmade Hero. We are on day 24, which means if you want to follow along with your source code, you unzip day 23, which is yesterday, and that is the state of the source code that I am starting with right now. So I will go ahead and open that up, and then we will start to get to all of the stuff that we kind of need to clean up. So I have in my notebook here some things that I've written down, which are basically like little bugs or things that probably could have been better that we just didn't want to stop and do at the time, but that thinking about it afterwards, or somebody wrote in or posted on the forum, said, hey, you should take a look at this, or you forgot to do this. I just tried to buffer those up, and we can kind of go through them all at once. So first things first, basically we still have an audio bug. It's not really, I guess it's, a bug is the wrong word for it. We did some work to make our audio better, and then we didn't actually use it. So I'll show you what I mean by that in a second here. I'm just going to turn the audio back on. We turned it off yesterday so it wouldn't be so annoying. But basically, if I run this here, you can kind of see that we have a when we're looking at the audio here, we had kind of a display that was showing us some stuff. And I don't know if I can pause this in an easier way. Can I do? There we go. That's the easiest way to pause right now. Oh, I made a P key. That's right. We made a pause key. So basically what we did is we drew some bars here, and the bars were sort of telling us some various things about where we were outputting audio and all sorts of other stuff like that. But basically, the weird thing about it was that we were expecting our prediction algorithm to give us something where this yellow bar would always fall in between this white and this pink bar, right? The white and the pink bar were basically like the, were basically showing us where the right cursor and the play cursor and stuff was going to be during our page flip, and the yellow was where we were predicting it would be. And we felt like we should always have a prediction that was kind of in between where it actually turned out to be and the next, basically the pink bar, sorry, this is the play cursor, this is the right cursor during the flip. This pink bar was basically the error that we could expect to have in where the play cursor was. So the play cursor would be somewhere in here, and we wanted to make sure that basically we were predicting that it would be somewhere in between there. But I believe, yeah, like right there, for example, at various times it would not actually line up properly. I guess it didn't, it's kind of hard. There we go. It was kind of hard to make it happen, but there you go. There's an example where you can see it was outside of there. And so we were doing some work to try and get that tighter, and basically what had happened was we'd kind of gone through on that day a whole bunch of stuff that we thought we should do in order to sort of get our sound as synchronous as possible and to make it so that it would work with low latency sound cards. This is not a low latency sound card, but if we had one, or if we later implement some lower latency output, something that's not direct sound, for example, and we could get better sound latency, we wanted our system to kind of be structured properly to make that work. And so what we did is we computed a thing that was called expected bytes until flip, which was basically the amount of bytes in the sound buffer that we expected to be consumed by the audio card in between when we were doing the computation and when we, like right here in the code basically, and when we actually expect the video to flip to the next frame. Because that's when we want our next frame of sound to start as well. We want those two things to coincide. So we actually did the work. Previously we were using expected sound bytes per.
I'm going to skip the audio section because I think it's very different on Linux. Do I have any audio issues? Mid on. Build run. Oh, I don't have the volume is down. I mean, it sounds okay. It took me a lot of work to get it to work, so I'm gonna leave it as is. Okay, I'm just gonna skip ahead to the audio because the way it's done in Linux is very different compared to Windows. At least when you use Pulse Audio. So succeeded related bug was down is down. Okay, the keyboard thing does make sense. What's this?
All right, so the next thing I want to take a look at is basically, so there was supposedly some stuff where we weren't checking for succeeded properly, like this sort of stuff here. Supposedly there was some stuff where this wasn't quite right. I'm not sure.
That silt sound, I think.
And then similarly on that front, someone was saying that we really didn't need to do these not equal tos or equal tos anymore. Excuse me. So let's see. What are we actually doing with was down? Alt key was down. Yeah, I would agree. So I would agree that we don't need to turn these into actual bools anymore. So that's true. We could probably simplify this by just saying, okay, this evaluates to a non-zero value if it is correct, and so we could just do that. There isn't anything happening there. No, you know what? That's not true. So you know why that has to be there is because we're doing a comparison between was down and is down, and so basically because these two values are going to be separate types of bit fields, you know, if you think about it. If was down is going to be true, if we didn't do this comparison with 0, which forces C to produce a unique 0 or 1 value, we would either have the 30th bit set or we'd have no bit set. So the true value would be the 30th bit would be set. Is down, on the other hand, if it were set to true or false, that's going to be whether or not the 31st bit was set. And so we can't really compare the two of those. That's not going to work. So we needed to do this to turn those two into real values. So that's not an unnecessary check. That's actually necessary. And I can mark that up here. I can basically say note. Since we are comparing was down to is down, we must use equals equals and not equals to convert these bit tests to actual 0 or 1 values. Now, there's other things we could do. We could rewrite these expressions to be simpler. We could, for example, shift this down by 30 and then AND it with 1, and then they would line up in the same place. But I don't know. I mean, that's totally optimization types of stuff that doesn't need to happen. So I think I would rather just leave it the way that it was written and not spend time, kind of rat holing on things like that. We will care about those sorts of things when they're in loops that cost us a lot of time, and we just don't care about them in other cases. So, okay, let's take a look at what else we've got here. We have a definite bug, I think. Well, I mean, I don't even know if we want to call it a bug, but it's definitely worse than it should be. Let's put it that way. If you remember when we were doing our controller stuff here, we had a thing.
I mean, I haven't done the controller stuff.
I don't know if that makes very good sense, but this could be our excuse to try out. I don't know how you pronounce this. Krita, maybe. I don't know. Krita. I'm not sure how you pronounce it. I'm not sure what nationality is Krita, so I'm not sure how to pronounce it. But if we were to try opening up Krita here to see if it solves our drawing problem, which I don't know if it does, we will see what happens. Make it large, make it larger. Is it working? Well, I can't see the cursor, so I can't say that that's particularly useful. The cursor is hidden, it would appear. I'm not sure why. We'll have to maybe work on those settings a little bit, but otherwise the drawing is quite nice. So this is much closer to something we can work with. So let's see here. How do I pick a brush? Is that a brush? What is this? What is that? That's the text tool. I don't want a text tool. Is that a brush? Oh dear. I don't know what that is. Something around here should be a brush.
Looks like a fountain pen.
But I'm not sure what. Okay. Someone tell me how to use this program. I guess I can just click on one of these. No? Maybe not. No. Tools. Edit. Well, I can maybe practice using this. It certainly seems like it's pretty useful. So, if I can just make the gradient paint with brushes, well, I would like to paint with brushes. I thought I clicked on that though, and it didn't seem to work. Can't paint on a vector layer. Oh man, now I've really done it.
Hey Torohi, great. Yeah, it is really great. I'm on like day 24. And I can honestly say I've learned more in the last, month of doing this than anything else. Yeah, it's a lot of fun too.
Let's get rid of all these guys. There we go. Yeah, so for some reason, I can't seem to see my cursor. So
I'm just gonna move
we're kind of snatching
Come on, YouTube. Why does it not play?
There we go.
Is YouTube down or something?
Yeah, so for some reason, I can't seem to see my cursor. So we're kind of snatching defeat from the jaws of victory here. Like, right, we almost had something that would have worked on stream. So we'll have to play with that a little bit more and see if we can get that to do what we want, because it's pretty close. So I'll play around with that. Maybe I don't want to waste too much time on the stream on it, so I'm going to skip it for now. But that's pretty cool. We might be able to use that, and the drawing's a lot better than MS Paint, that's for sure. Anyway, so basically what we had here is we have a thing where we've got basically a 0 and a 1 version in an array. We've got two states for the controller, right? So we have the controller in two different buffers basically for holding the controller state, right? And what we're doing is at any given time we have a pointer.
I think I can skip this. Yes.
So one thing I want to do is that I think that for our prototyping purposes, I had used stretch. I'd use stretch di bits here. And what I think I want to do is, because we're trying to learn how to do rendering and stuff like that, I don't think we want to scale our image at all. I think for our purposes while we're doing prototyping, I think we want to always see 1-to-1 pixels to pixels. So what I think I want to do is say that we're always going to blit the buffer width and the buffer height, always, no matter what the size of the window is. So basically, like, we're always, it doesn't matter how we draw this, right? It doesn't matter what you do. We're always going to just do however big it should be for 1-to-1 pixels. We're just going to do that, right? And we'll let the scale can go down if it wants to. Oops, I forgot we added that crazy feature. That is just the weirdest feature. We'll have to look at that today, see if we can clean that up a bit. We'll let it scale if we need to, like, make it small or whatever. We can leave the sizing in there for now. But I'm just going to make it so that it's locked and it won't ever do the scaling, so that way we can see exactly 1-to-1 pixels what we're actually doing, right?
So, okay, so don't use... I mean, I think that makes sense. I wanted to do the same. Similar, because... Where's the notify? Was it notify? No. Forgot what it was called. Oh yeah, here. Wonder if I was taking the window width from anywhere. So I think we just take it to this height. Does it get updated at any point? Doesn't look like it. So what happens if I resize the screen? Okay, it's just locked in. That's fine. Yeah, I can make it a bit bigger. Oops. I think 720. Yeah, then that's better. I think the red is a bit too bright. Red. Okay, leave that as is. A bit stretched. Okay.
I'm hearing some audio clicking, which I wonder if we introduced a bug somewhere. Audio is always so annoying to try and get it all exactly correct. Yeah, either you get little weird problems, or or you have high latency, or it's just annoying. Anyway, let's keep going here with the various things. So I wanted to turn that off, and so we did turn that off. And I probably will say, let's just get rid of this for now. Let's not play with stretch modes. Let's not do any of that stuff. We'll save that for when we actually do our shipping stuff. And so I'm just going to put a note in here and say, for prototyping purposes, we're going to always split 1 to 1 pixels to make sure we don't introduce artifacts with stretching while we are learning to code the renderer. There we go. Okay, so I think that's just a better idea, pretty much all around. All right. So, excuse me.
Okay. I think what was the rest? Build up app, changing our .hmi files. Oh yeah, I think I changed that already. Create the DLL path, step through. I think one of the things that needs updating is my renderer, or rather the buffer. Because right now is slice of U32. I think I want it to be a slice of U32. And now that I think the sound buffer is fine as is. This one needs to be updated. If I change that, means here memory, where do I set it? Yeah, here. Become a slice of U32. And how that works with allocations. It might need to be different. What do I allocate? Sig. Multi-dimensional arrays. Vectors, pointers, no. It's a slice of a fat pointer which contains a pointer of type, slice of pointer to type t, and a length. Right. Suppose index call, suppose slice syntax, suppose length property. So I need a slice of seems so simple. I mean, it can be an array because the window width and height is fixed now. But I don't like it. To the slice. You must have first allocate a slice of slices, allocating each slice individually. What number of rows, outer slice. Allocated or alloc, slice of U8, number of rows. What about the columns? Oh, right, okay, you gotta do it separately. Really, is that the only way? Don't need to worry about free. Have a look here. What about a fixed buffer? But then I need to use a different allocator, which I don't want to. Commenting, recursion. Excuse me. Let's have a look at oh, okay, what's it called? It's an array list. Found a slice of t values. Same allocator must be used throughout the entire lifetime. Multi-array list. Multi-array list stores struct of tag. No. Items is a slice. Items of memory. This is wrapped around t values. Aligned to alignment byte address. If the specified alignment is null, then excuse me, a line of t is used. That's directly within it. Capacity deinitialized. Use empty instead. Plus, it might be too slow to use an array list. Plus, I don't need an array list. I think the size is known. Excuse me. Or if I do sort of, I don't need memory size anymore. Or do I? Oh no, I do need it. This would be window. Yep, window width. Sort of method. Might need to be used as. So it would need to be a slice. You can do global off-screen buffer. The width. Each of them would be a slice of U32. No, would it be a slice of U32? And if I build it, build one. Expected type slice of U32 found slice of U32. Okay, each of it will be another slice. That makes sense. Okay, I mean, I didn't expect it to pass, because I still need to update my renderer. Can I print debug formatter? Printf the standard error, silently returning on failure. What are the options for, I think? I did see it somewhere. I think it was here. Yep, that's the one. Data types. Hang on. Memory is a slice of U32. These many items. Debug, print. Of screen. Buffer the memory deadline. 720. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, I mean, it looks right. If I go here, off-screen buffer. Don't need this anymore. Do X, Y. Get rid of this. Don't need that. And then the only thing I need to change is export image. I think this needs to be mem.bytes as value. What does it return? Should return. Should convert it to slice of bytes. Expected 2 arguments from 1. What does create image expect? C pointer. Can I just do this? Expected type that found pointer to. I can just do it myself. I don't think that's gonna work. It does? How is that working? Except from the weird gap on top. Let me turn up the volume for a bit. That was easy. Then why is there a gap on top? For the window width, window height. I can do that. I saw miss the debugger right now. And these are weird too, here. In between the two. Oh yeah, actually. Where is what image? Buffer of memory. No, that doesn't work. Let me try. For the window width times size of view 32. What is? Let me check. 11 create image. Bytes per line. Is that correct? Where do I pass it the number of bytes? Display visual depth format offset data. Specifies the width of the image in pixels. Specifies the height. Bitmap pad. Must be 32, yeah. Of this many bits, yeah. 32 bytes per line. Should be width times size of view 32, yeah. What if I change this to doesn't change anything. That when the image is created using X create image, get image, or sub image. The destroy procedure that the xDestroy image function calls frees both the image structure and the data pointed to by the image structure. What is put pixel? Oh, interesting. The input pixel value must be a normalized format, that is, the least significant byte of the long is the least significant byte of the pixel. The image must contain the x and y coordinates. Besides the image storage properly from applications. Looks like the first couple of lines. Hey Sir Elfman. Yeah, it's like time it is. It doesn't seem to move the top of it. Hey Veligo. Any handmade heroes in the chat? Seems to be outside the buffer. This pointer cast just feels wrong. But somehow it's quite accurate. The xCreate image function allocates the memory needed for an X image structure for the specified display but does not allocate space for the image itself. Yeah, that's fine. Rather, it initializes the structure byte order, bit order, and the bitmap unit values from the display and returns a pointer to the X image structure. The red, green, and blue mask images are defined for Z formats. Images only and are derived from visual structure passed in. The offset permits the rapid displaying of the image without requiring each scan line to be shifted into position. If we pass a 0 value into bytes per line, bytes per line is the last value. What if I pass 0 here as well? Okay, that doesn't work. Still doesn't fix the problem. I mean, it is contiguous, so I don't need this. Note that when the image is created using xCreateImage, the destroy procedure. Yep. It's gonna try something. Is window. Maybe try passing 1 as a bitmap. I think 1 is not a valid value. Where's the bitmap? I think it needs to be 8 multiples of 8, 16, or 32. I did read it somewhere. Yeah, here. Hey, but it can't hurt. Try sending 1. Yeah, no, that doesn't work. Yeah, what I wanted to try was temp buffer. The window. Are you using 32, correct. Window width times screen buffer dot window height 32. Vaguely remember having some issues with not passing something to xCreateImage and then Indigo manually setting all the fields of ximage to fix it. I think it was working fine. The only change that I made is why I think the problem might not be that is as my memory. Yeah, so this used to be a slice of U32, To make the rendering easier and to avoid having to do weird calculations, I made it a slice of view 32. And I think somehow the pointer cast. What is the data type? Yeah, it's a char star. So I think it's not being casted properly to a slice of view 8. Yes, let me have a look at what it was before. Yeah. Yeah, I'm guessing that's the problem. So I can just translate it back to a single slice, single dimension slice. Before it renders, maybe it might work. What should be the value? Ah, yeah, okay, got it. So this should be buffer dot memory I and J. Kind of looks right to me. And instead of that, just do temp buffer. See if it works. Enable to save result content value. Where is it? Can I just make it a slice? Yep. Screen. What was it called? I think it's window. What line is that? 367. Window width. Okay, it doesn't work at all. Why does it not work? Oh, no address available. What? How is that possible? Screen buffer dot memory. the right order. Window width, window height. Buffer the memory. I'll just say, and then I'll change that to how about that? Okay, so the temp buffer is not available. Is the com time known? It is, right? Let me use that. Initial window width times initial window height. Expected point tab. Okay, that's easy. I mean, it's better, but I still see the line on top. Oh, sorry, I ran out of memory. And plus the FPS goes down as well. It is a lot slower. I don't like that. Okay, so I've got to fix that line some other way. This create image, display visual scenes. That in the U32 data. Oh yeah, it's the same thing. Yep. Is there another X create image? Maybe there's another method. Xlib. Index of functions. Data print. Display. Possible to draw a 2D plot. Yeah, use Qt. Like terrible suggestion. Xmap window. What does this do? Function maps the window and all the sub windows that have had map requests. Is slice event, slice, yeah, NMT, the type you want. I know what it'll say, but I think it is a slice. But actually just pointed out to something that might be useful. As game memory. It could just be an array, would make it a lot simpler. Where do I allocate it? Here. Because it's never going to change, at least not for now. The only challenge is I would need to like specify the width and height here. My understanding is Zig uses a lot of syntax. I think the only way to get a slice to do is to do slice, which looks similar, but it's very different with no sides in there. Yep, that is the difference, I think. But you can specify the length. It's just a pointer to, I think it's very similar to an array in C, where you can just point to the start of the array and then specify the length. So what I'm thinking is it can just be an array. Can I set this value here? I think I can. So let me grab, because right now it's fixed. You can deal with it later. Sorry, what's that again? 480 and 720. I make it an array, I could just get rid of this. Would that make it better? Might have to change the signature. Oh no, I don't. Oh, is it still allocated? Oh yeah, gotta remove that too. Yep, that's easy enough. 367. Index out of bounds. Where? Index 480, line 48. Or maybe it's my... It's not inclusive, is it? Oh, that could explain the problem. No, that's not it. I get confused because I'm used to see where an array decays to pointer very easily, but I think in Zig, NFT is the entire array. Yeah, it is. Not just a pointer to it. That would be... Yeah, that can either be a pointer to... I think N is... It would just be... Well, instead of N, you would put the pointer there. So it would just be pointer to type T. So nm of t would be an array of an actual full arrays, which is what you want. I think you're worried about getting... I think the thing... No, I wasn't worried about that. So what I was doing before was... Before when I was allocating it, it's just... I think it was, if I remember correctly, it's just t. That's what the memory was. But now I've changed it to m of t. Somewhere I'm going out of bounds. So it was not my renderer. The only place I can think of, I think is this the only place that I use it? Oh, hang on. Yeah, it does make sense. That would be wrong, right? No. That doesn't make sense at all. Index out of bounds. Index 480, len 480. I mean, it would have been helpful to know where. I think this is the only place I manipulate. Or here. This is just read. Let me just try something. -1. No, that's not it. This is set already. Let me just undo that. It's 0. Doesn't need to be set either. Okay, now it's the other one. Is it random? That's weird. Let's make it 1. Just to see. So where does that happen? Weird. We use it to render the game. Does this change the adder in any ways? That is so weird. Return an adder. No, it doesn't. That's so weird. Where is it going out of bounds? Index 720, length 720. Oh, it's a typo. Okay, so it is here. I was so sure that it was not inclusive. I mean, pretty sure I'm not. I think this is X. Should just call it I and J. Should go the width, and then maybe I am. Hang on. Oh, but even this. Am I mixing it up? Should be width times height. And if I change it that way, it goes to 720. It shouldn't go to 720. Hang on. What is the buffer width? Debug, print. I'll print the height. I think something's wrong. Oh, come on. Did I just... Okay. That's just wrong. I think because it doesn't get initialized. So I guess this doesn't work. Where did I set it before? Here. Index set 480, length 480. Oh, okay, there we go. That's why. I should be 720. That should be 480. I wonder why. I wondered if that was causing the problem. Okay, I think it should be the other way around. Makes more sense. Can I just call it? I wonder if that's what was causing the weird bar on top. Can move this out of here. Or I can just even with tab in it. Oh no, it's fine. Unnecessary. Why does it take so long to render? And get rid of that. Okay, FPS seems not bad. But there's still like that weird line on top. And also like, what are these gaps? I don't know if I made it better or made it worse. Oh, sorry. Are you mixing up X? Yeah, I am. I was. Turned out. Turns out it was. See if I can increase the FPS. I don't think 60 will work. It kinda does. I think this 55 could be because of OBS. 30 is fine. How can I get rid of that? Let's have a look at the renderer. Your height for AC is evenly divisible by 32, but the width where padding matters, 720 is not. Well, that could be. 720 divided by 32. What's 32 times 22? Could try. What's 480 divided by 32? Okay, it's 15. And we can do 32 times 30. Let's try 960. That is 720. Okay, at least it looks a lot better. There's no those weird lines. But this thing on top, still weird. And now it's like offset from the top a bit. That does look a lot better. Hey, thanks for that. RCR. Okay, Mr. R. Plus, the squares, the rectangles look a bit weird. I mean, but this is just because it's cut off. There's a weird offset here. Okay, it's getting closer to better. Where's my renderer? So the gap's gone. Thing weird. Bar on top and offset. Is it because the green value is... It's all just green, there's no blue. Yeah, I know. Why is it a mystery to you? I had to like focus on your name to see what it was actually there. No, I don't have my glasses either, so your name's like tiny on the screen. What am I doing? Blue is J plus blue offset plus. I don't know if I need all of this. Just make it something simple. Make it green offset and make this blue offset. Do I need anything from the state? I do, actually. What am I doing? How is it moving? Oh yeah, because it uses the width offset here. If I got rid of that. Instead of this, let's put I plus J, whatever that is. I mean, it looks cool. It's more symmetric. I think this might just be black. Whoa, what's happening here? Okay, it's the same. I mean, it looks cool. But at least the bar's gone on top. Okay, I think get rid of that. I might put the same input as Casey does. Oh, look. Maybe I can see it.
Let's see what else we got here. Oh, so something.
Oh yeah, it doesn't update the code.
Audio is always so annoying to try and get it all exactly correct. Yeah, either you get we may want, right? And so I think that's just better. It's a very simple thing, nothing particularly interesting there, but something something to do just to make sure we're getting all the checking that we can. So for our looping, we had a couple things that we need to take care of. One of the things that we haven't done.
Okay, I think I just killed YouTube. What do I?
So for our looping, we had a couple things that we need to take care of. One of the things that we haven't done with our looping system is we have not actually made it so that it writes those HMI files to a reasonable location, right? If you remember,
Okay, I think I did fix that already. Let me check if it actually does it. Playback? Yeah. Oh, but I could move this. Child.run. What's this for? Can I specify, say, build lib? Is that a destination directory? Global link options. Compile options. General options. Incremental. Zig lib directory. Override path to Zig installations lib directory. I don't know if that's it. Compile options. Just what to target. Release fast. Debug options, test options. What's this? Game code. Source. Okay. Oh, hang on. Oh, but that's just a copy. Zig build lib specified destination. Destination directory. Where did I say that? One or more files which are share a parent directory. Generated directory lives inside build file. Override path to build. No. Maybe that is. Set extra flags. Set the type of includes. PLF files. Like build lib. Let's just try build file. To see if you can build it into source. Yeah, there's no build file. I mean, this is this is a build. Dash FM. How did you search? I always forget search. Yeah. F emit. Okay, there we go. I'll put machine code. And you can set the path. F emit binary equals source. Source slash lib. So. Okay, yeah, that works. Playback, I can make a directory. Game source. Get rid of that, get rid of that. Source test destination. Oh no, I don't need that anymore. Dash F emit, what was it? Finally equals. Can I just do source? Yeah, I don't think so. How do you use a formatter to get a constituate? Okay, let's just keep it simple. We'll just hard code it for now. Scheme code slash lib handmade .sl. That didn't work at all. What was the command again? Oh, it's f emit dash bin. Just error. Expected. Does it? There no error union? Expected error union type found you. Wait. Oh, there's a try. Got to remove that. So it's not. That's not it. Oh, it's the folder doesn't exist. No, it does. But it was the wrong folder. Oh, this is wrong. Okay. It's one more thing. See if I can use the formatter. Buff print, byte to hex. I think if I do this, just maybe. No, it doesn't work. I doubt this is gonna work. Yeah. Oh no, there was a way. I think plus plus. Empty. String templates formatting strings. Standard format above print. Oh, but then I gotta check an error and stuff. You know what? For now, that's fine. Use some sort of print. Yeah. I don't want to bother with that for now. Okay, see if there's anything else that I wanted to fix. What about overwriting existing recordings? I think it's fine as is, because I think the save file doesn't truncate, which is, I think, fine. Stop playback. No, I can loop. For now, it's fine. It is. I think we don't need this. I still gotta do that. RTDSC assembly. Zig. Maybe that is. RDTSC. I think there was some improvements for writing assembly in Zig. I think can be done later. It's not. Yeah, I can leave that. Handle window destroyed. That can be later. Oh yeah, I gotta do that. Current monitor, refresh rate, static linking. Okay, I think the rest is fine for now. I think that's okay. Might not work. Yeah, it won't. Okay, I think that's fine. Refactoring and improved. Easier. Okay, I think that'll do for today. Damn, what time is it? It's almost 9. Alright, thank you for hanging out, as always. That was a lot of fun. I did get a lot of things done. I wonder what's next. Did I create deal path, step through, helper functions, testing the changes to input recording. Alright, I'll still watch the rest of it. DLL path. I think this one.
So basically,
I'll save that there. Okay, I'll still watch the rest of it. I think there's some useful stuff. Finishing the Win32 prototyping layer. Perfect. Alright, I think we're making some progress. Okay. Alright, I hope you have a good weekend. I shall see you back here tomorrow. I hope you have a good day. See ya.